Syracuse at Clemson. This is a joke. 45.5-point favorite. I'm still taking Clemson after they put 73 up on the board against Georgia Tech last week.
I tell you what, Liberty beat Syracuse last week. Now, Liberty is undefeated, but they aren't a Power 5 football team. But isn't it a shame, Mark, how far Syracuse has fallen? I know when you played against them, you go all the way back. They had Jim Brown, Larry Kazanka, so many great ones. McNabb at quarterback. And now to see how far it's fallen is really disastrous. Once again, I don't care how many points you give them. Clemson's going to cover it.
Next game, Michigan at Minnesota. This is a strange one because Minnesota started out with a 3.5-point favorite. Then the line moved down. It's almost a pick 'em now. Now I'm looking at Minnesota. They got 9 returning starters plus their quarterback, Tanner Orton. This is a team that won 11 games last year. I'm going with roll the boat. I don't care if it's 3 points. I don't care if it's a pick 'em. I'm taking roll the boat in Minnesota in this game.
Well, I think Minnesota returns virtually everybody on offense, and they have the second best quarterback in the Big Ten in Tanner Morgan. I mean, he can throw, he can run. As you mentioned, their offensive line comes back, the receivers. Defense, they have some problems. They lost some very, very good players off defense, and that makes them a little bit suspect in that one area. On the other hand, Michigan has more problems or questions than you can count on your one hand. They have a new offensive line, basically, only one starter coming back. They have 4 players that opted out this year that were very, very talented people. We don't know who their quarterback's going to be. And because of all the variety of things, it was still for the little brown jug. It's still a big game. I look for Minnesota to prevail 28-24.
Auburn's favored by 3 going to Mississippi. What Mississippi team's going to show up? Is it going to be Matt Corral running and throwing the ball all over the place? Because if it is, I like Mississippi in this game. Little Laney and the Lane Train's got to get back on track. They're getting the 3 points at home. I'm taking Mississippi in this game.
Well, I've said all along, Auburn had trouble running the football, and Chad Morris, their offensive coordinator, he was a coach at Arkansas last year, was a head coach. Gus Malzahn has to get back to running the offense. Gus Malzahn has a brilliant offensive mind. He will run the speed sweep. He'll do a variety of different things. He's always found a way to move the football, but for some reason, he's turned the play calling and the offense over to Gus Malzahn. It hadn't been effective. Unless he gets back and starts running the offense again, it could be an awful long day. I love the Ole Miss offense, but the defense has some real problems. They have some COVID problems also on defense. We don't know how many, et cetera. But because of that, I'm going to predict Ole Miss will win the game 31-17 unless Gus Malzahn goes back to calling the plays.